Hey guys, Thomas from Burnt Crow here, and I just wanted to show you a couple things here. I went out and I got some supplies, very basic supplies. Got some erasers, 4 of these were 99 cents, jumbo vinyl erasers. I went out and got some pencils, just like we were talking about last time. Starts in the middle with your HB, and then the B section gets softer, so you've got B, 2B, 3B, 4B, 5B, and 6B being extremely dark. Then you go the other way and you've got your H, 2H, 3H, 4H, 5H, which is your hardness. So level of hardness, level of softness. So those are pretty good here. I went out and I got a composition book, and the composition book is for writing down your stories. So what you're going to do is you're going to put in some stuff in here. You're going to put your story ideas down there, your character development. Pretty much you're going to use a book to write out each comic idea that you're thinking about if you're doing comic book design. It's good to have one of these, especially like if you're doing, say, comic strips from a newspaper. You'll go down to do stuff and then you have an idea and you got to jot it down really quick before you forget it. So always keep one of these on you, and then, you know, just like a regular old pen, you can write it down right there on the spot, and you just get thousands and thousands of pages of these ideas, and then you can go through and do them as fast as you can think of them. You can, you know, draw them out, write them down, draw them out, and then it keeps you flowing, keeps your ideas going. And this game is all about flow. You want to get your flow down so that you have your, you know, your ideas. You write your story, you jot down, draw your paper, draw your pencils, ink it, you know, depending on what you're doing, color it in, and publish it. And you want to go through that flow as fast as you can. When the time comes, you just pick one and you just do it, whatever it is that you're in the mood for at the time. So you write down your story, then you're going to go on to, I got some scrap paper here for you know, sketching out ideas. And what you do with this scrap paper, you always want to have some with you. What you're going to do is you're going to say, okay, today I'm doing a comic strip for a newspaper, and you're going to box it out, and then you're going to draw your cells, and you just do a rough sketch on this really quick, 5 minutes, just to put placement of where your stuff is. And then you look at it and you analyze it, you know, like, do I want this guy centered? Do I want him to be like an extreme close-up on his face? Do I want him to be really far away? You know, what goes along with the story? And this gives you a rough draft. You just sketch it out really quick, move on to the next. You got your idea down, and you can come back and work on it later, or you can go into production phase. So the next thing I got was some heavyweight vellum drawing paper, and this stuff is extremely thick, and what that's going to do is that's going to prevent your inks from going through to other pages. So for this, I would be using this for character development, things like oil painting, maybe some watercoloring. Mostly inks is what you're going to be doing with this, but vellum is it's a thicker, but it's also designed so that ink doesn't go through it. It's got a bit of plastic in it, I believe, is what causes that to happen. So then there's that, and then you've got your sketch pad, and I got a couple of these also. This is heavy-duty paper, but it's not for rough drafts. This would be something like, you know, if you wanted to get more of a concrete idea. It's a little bit higher quality, so your pictures in here would be a little bit higher quality. It's not really something that you could make a picture and sell it with this kind of paper. I mean, people have, and they've done stuff like that before, but for this kind of paper, you're putting down good pictures. You're not doing rough drafts. You're doing good pictures, but they're not really a final picture. This is just for stuff you want to post. Like say you were doing a logo and you wanted to draw it up in here, then you'd scan it into the computer, and you wouldn't use it again, but it's important to have for the one time. So you can do it one time in here, draw it up. You know, you got your, for instance, this picture right here is a really good example. You draw it up and you got your, you know, computer, you put your name right here, your logo or whatever, you know, like Eagle whatever comics, and that's what this paper is for, just to get those kind of a little bit higher quality pictures out there. If you're going to be doing massive amounts of drawing to get those 10,000 bad ideas out of you, the first thing you want to do is get newsprint. And newsprint is super cheap. You want to fill that entire thing up. Every inch of that newsprint that you go through, you want to just cover every inch of it with just drawings. You know, and I would go, you know, people, hands, eyes, feet, everything that you have problems with. If you can't draw it, there should be a page with hundreds and hundreds of it. And then you should go out and look at real life feet, if you can't draw feet, and then draw real life ones based on real pictures. If you have trouble with, say, hands, draw out a bunch of hands. Just keep drawing it. But also, don't just draw real life ones. Go out and find comics or pictures or drawings or paintings of other people who've done it before and copy what they've done and pick the style you like. A lot of people say never copy, but I think it was actually Picasso who said that good artists copy, great artists steal. I think that was the quote. I probably totally butchered that, but and the reason is because what you do is you want to take the pieces that you like and make your own style. So you're not actually copying. What you're doing is you're saying, oh, I love the way this guy draws eyes. Like say you like manga or manga, and you like the eyes, the way they do the eyes. Well, steal that and put it on your life drawings, and you'd have like sort of like the Alita Battle Angel idea going on there. Put that on a realistic person with manga eyes, and you've got or manga eyes, and you've got something new. And this is how they come up with new ideas. So go out and get yourself a little bit of this stuff and then get started. And that is about what I'm going to do. Coming up next, we're going into some character creation, and we'll go into how to create a character in the next video. This is Thomas for Burnt Crow signing off. Thanks for watching.